Halloween
Forever.
Do you guys know why the elves up in the North Pole, during the month of December, they spell love OVE?
No, Ryan. Why?
Because it's Noel.
Oh, God.
Welcome, boys and ghouls, to a
so
very
much.
motherfucking special, very festive holiday time. Minisode of Halloween is Forever. I'm Brian.
I'm Meg.
I'm Steve.
Guys, the day it comes out, this is Boxing Day, which might be the best fucking
I
day
just
of
wish
the
we were
holidays.
recording in person so I could box you.
Box my ears. Yeah, it's so Boxing Day is great. I like the lead up to Christmas. Christmas Eve, at least for my family, that's kind of the pinnacle of the holiday season. Then Christmas Day is it's chaos. You're running around. You never
Not
get to
me.
stay home. See, I wish I could just chill out at home.
I legitimately, I used to be the person where I'd because I had no obligations to anything, I'd be like, yeah, wherever anyone tells me to be, I'll fucking be. And then it'd be like, I'd drive to New York on Christmas Eve, drive back to Pittsburgh on Christmas Day. And that's just stupid. And
That's a lot.
So this year I'm dog sitting. So I was like, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm gonna sit at home. I'm gonna see some family, but I'm gonna stay in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Let's
that'd
stay
be
in
nice.
Pittsburgh.
I'm staying in Pittsburgh, but I got to drive to the South Hills. It's like an hour
Right.
plus each way, and it's a whole damn thing. So, guys, it's Boxing Day. Kick back, relax. Right. This is the week a lot of people have
Kick
off
rocks,
between Christmas
actually.
and New Year's. Not everybody. I respect that. Not everyone gets that time off. I'm not off, but I am. Work's going to be slower. Things are going to be a little bit chill. I do have off to the day that you are listening to this. If you're listening to it today, it's coming out, which is Boxing Day, which is Monday, the 26th of December. I'm off that day. So, I'm just chilling. I'm eating some fucking leftovers, probably getting after some bagels and lox.
What are your leftovers?
So Christmas Eve, and we are recording this ahead of time, so it has not come yet, but I'm having some family over, not a big crowd, my grandparents, my parents, there might be a stray cousin or something like that floating around.
It might be a stray.
Yeah, we might take in a stray.
I'm actually just going to show up to Brian's.
Yeah, you could. You're welcome. You're welcome to. I bought a big old standing rib roast. I'm going to cook a big old hunk of cow, make some Yorkshire pudding, get a bunch of beers in me. That's the plan. Watch a Christmas Story, shit like that. So it's going to be, yes, I'm looking forward to this week wrapping up and having a long old
sacrificial
weekend.
enough to me, Brian. So just do better.
Oh, you saying we should sacrilege? You think we should do some sort of satanic ritual?
Yeah, I think it's just not satanic enough.
Yeah,
So,
we probably should do something. I don't know. I'll think of something. We'll do some
Sweet.
sort of sacrifice. We'll
That's what the stray's for.
That's right. We're gonna sacrifice this.
that means I'm
this
definitely not
stray
showing up to
guest.
his house because that would be me.
No, but it's definitely not going to be you. It'll be a different person that isn't you.
Yeah.
That's what you tell everyone. That's what you tell everyone, though.
Meg, do you think I'm stupid? Would I really kill you after publicly inviting you to my house on a
Yes.
podcast?
Right.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
If I was going to kill you, I would have privately texted you an invite. I'm not stupid. This is my first rodeo, guys. All right. So
You would have said it verbally in person where nobody would have had a record
I would
of
never
it.
have a record
I record
of
everything,
it.
guys. I record everything. You're all fucked.
Even personal conversations, one-on-one,
Yep.
Meg's always wired. She always is wearing wire. She's
Well,
always
that's
bugged.
illegal and it's
Shut up.
inadmissible in court.
entrapment.
So
That's
Shut up.
entrapment.
they can't convict me.
Shut up.
Yeah. Guys, we are going to do one last fun Christmas movie for the holiday season. This is one that I had on my to-watch list because I was talking to some friends and acquaintances and brewer friends hanging out at a brewery. And we were talking about Christmas horror movie. And we were going through all of our favorites. and somebody suggested this flick, and I said, I never saw that sumbitch. They said, you gotta fucking watch it. It's so good. And it's really funny how different people have their own kind of like Christmas horror watching habits. Like I'm always consistently blown away that people have never seen Jack Frost or have never seen oh shit, what's the Norwegian one we talked about, I think last year, where Santa is like a mythical creature kind of thing. Oh shit.
We did it last year.
Maybe it was two. Yeah, I guess it was.
I don't think we
last
covered
year.
it, but it sounds
hold
like
on.
he heard
Rare
of it.
Exports.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. Is that the episode you did with your wife, or because we didn't do that as an
I thought
episode?
We talked about Rare Exports.
No, that's another movie. Now that
I
guess
just,
what, people.
Yeah.
Next year we'll be watching Rare Exports
it's so
because
good.
this has become the new Jack
I
Frost.
know.
Put it on the
We
list.
just think
Let's
we did it,
fucking
but
go.
I probably talked about it somewhere else. But anyway,
Yes.
Rare Exports, awesome movie. Anyway, so this is a very convoluted story that's really going to end up nowhere. Somebody
I'm
said,
insanely bored.
somebody said you should be. Somebody said, have you seen El Dia de la Bestia? I said,
Brian, please,
What?
the proper Spanish. El Dia de la Bestia.
Bestia, whatever.
Bestia.
This is
Bestia.
I'm not gonna
This
lie.
Has to do to the list.
The
Yeah.
cover and the font and like everything for this already. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's fucking sick as fuck."
Yeah. I can't believe I never even
maybe
heard
for
of
this.
it until somebody told me about it. And it's been on my watch list here for like a month or so. The Day of the Beast. It is from the year of our Lord 1995. Rated R, guys. Restricted. Watch out. It is available on the Tubies, as all great movies are. This is directed by, oh boy, what's the guy's name? Alex de la Iglesia.
Iglesia. Oh, he's part of the Iglesia family.
My God, my hero. Anyway, he is.
Thank you for that.
I get a weird spin there. Anyway, boy howdy. Don't know a lot of people in this movie. Don't know the director. This movie's a goddamn blast. I'm very excited.
So I know the
Do
director
you?
actually, not on a personal level, but
Strictly professional.
There's a strictly professional, yeah. But no, it was after I watched the movie, I looked into him, and then he has directed one of my favorite TV shows that's come around in a while.
Oh.
It's called 30 Coins, and it is
You watch weird
Spanish.
shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Well, I'm going to tell you about it.
where do I watch
Fucking-
this?
I don't know. It's around.
Okay.
I think HBO Max is what it's
Okay,
on.
all right.
Is and like season 2 has Paul Giamatti, and season 2 is coming up soon. But
All right.
the premise of the show is that there's a whole bunch of Satanists that are infiltrated the church, and they're looking for the 30 pieces of silver that Judas used to betray Jesus
You
with.
told me about this.
I'm fucking.
I'm sure I
here
did.
for this.
Yeah.
The show is fucking crazy. Like everything that's crazy in this movie is amped up by 100-fold. It's not as funny.
But is it fun? Oh, I was going to ask if it
It's-
was it humorous like this.
There's a lot of like dark humor, but it's not as funny as this movie.
Yeah, this
was.
movie I would even go as far as to say it's like a black comedy. Like
Yeah,
there's
it
more
totally
laughs
is.
than scares for sure.
The Wikipedia, it says specifically it's a black
Okay,
comedy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I honestly didn't look anything into like walking into this film, and I texted you guys within 5 minutes. I'm like, why am I laughing so much?
Oh, it's fun.
Immediately, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Brian brought it up and I scrubbed it, and I just saw like a couple scenes and I was like, this movie's fucking bonkers. Let's watch it.
Yeah, it did not disappoint. That is for sure. And we will get into it, guys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got some other important, pressing matters of
There's so much
business
shit
that we
to
got to
do.
talk about. First of all, I think it's probably fair that we should talk about beers. First of all, it is the season for getting
Yeah.
hammered.
I literally do not have an IC light in front of me.
No shit. I would love to believe you.
This is the time of giving. I'm giving you guys a more eloquent version of myself.
Oh,
where
thank
I'm
God.
actually drinking a craft beer.
What are you drinking?
You're welcome. I have a Maine beer company, Peeper, in front of me. One of my
Oh, wow.
coworkers gifted it to me for my birthday, so I was like, rushing to get home. I actually was jonesing the bottle of wine that I have in my fridge, but I was like, that's a 2% bottle. I shouldn't open it. If I open it, I'm going to drink it tonight, and I can't.
It's a holiday season, Meg. Do as you
Did
please.
you say 2%?
2%.
2%. I was like 2%.
Like I should share it. I should share it with someone.
I see. Yeah.
Like I'm really excited about it.
Gotcha.
Maybe on the next episode I'll drink it myself and pretend like I'm sharing it with both of you, and then it'll be a 3% bottle, and then I won't feel like an alcoholic. But I figured
also it'll be a long episode, so you know.
Wait, did you say 3%? Sorry, go ahead. I had to go back to the well on that one.
Fucking done with you. No. I mean, this is a classic. I mean, literally, have we not had Maine Beer Company? Probably not. I mean, everyone's had it.
I feel like no, maybe we haven't. I thought somebody drank some lunch at some point.
I mean, I don't think we collectively have drank it together, but I mean, like, it's so this company has been around forever. I mean, I feel like I don't even know if I'd put them in like an underrated or overrated, but like they just have sustained.
Yeah,
I would say they are rated.
Beer.
They are fully rated.
Yeah. Like we've had this beer probably since we first started drinking beer, guys. So it's fine. It's delicious. I'm thankful someone gifted it to me. That's very kind of them. So that's where I leave it. It's good.
Always good drinkers. Nice and dry. Not a big weird chunky bullshit. Yeah.
I did though. I don't know if Steve was on the call when I first opened it, and it was like a little geyser guy, and I was like, oh.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see that. I was.
Oh yeah,
I was looking at something else.
Got a little splurt.
It was like a little splurty boy.
Splurty
boy. She's a squirter.
The Maine Splurt Company.
Maine Splurt Company. All right. What are you drinking, Steve?
I am drinking.
What are you splurting on?
I'm splurting on, for appropriate for the season, I've got Festivus by Full Pint.
Oh, yeah. I saw they released that again.
Yeah,
and
it's the return.
I remember drinking that, back in the day before they kind of changed hands and all that stuff. Do you feel like it's tasting similar? Do you remember enough about that beer?
Yeah, it doesn't taste quite as it's not quite as holiday spiced. Like I remember that the original Festivus being a lot both heavier and like more holiday spiced. This one's fine. Like it's a nice brown ale. This one's also like it seems creamier than the previous version. So I'm wondering if like they put more oats in this or something, because it feels like a real nice creamy brown ale, but it's not too sweet or anything. So yeah, it's enjoyable.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm just waiting now for the brown or cream. How would you say it? Brown cream ale, cream brown ale.
Cream,
waiting for it now.
Brown ale.
You know what I mean?
Creamy
like
brown.
lactose for it. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm not looking for.
I'll fuck with that though.
Lactose browns.
I would fuck with it too, but I like don't want to influence people in that way.
Well, then you shouldn't have announced it on an internationally listened to podcast.
You put it out in the ether. You put it out in the ether. Now anything that happens is your fault. Blood's on your hand, Meg. Blood's on your hands, Meg.
No one can brew it till Meg does.
No one can brew this style now. She TM'd the whole style, guys.
Innovativist. Woo.
Yeah. You're an innovator and a motherfucker. I am drinking another beer. I think I drank one of these beers on a recent episode too. This is the last one I had in that little variety pack I picked up. I'm drinking Nischuf. Schoof Brewing.
Now you guys are making me feel like I should have fucking pulled out one of my trogs that are in my. I should have pulled out. Man, can I take back? I'm gonna grab another beer.
Honestly, there's literally nothing that's stopping you from getting another beer.
Also, I think
do it.
I think you were supposed to drink a Mad Elf on this episode to get in the holiday spirities.
Oh,
I did.
you said you were going to.
I'm gonna actually stop drinking this beer. I'm gonna get Mad Elf.
You could honestly drink them both.
Yeah.
I drank two Helles before this.
Such a fucking. I had.
Look, I'm literally holding. I have this. And I have this.
Fucking Prosecco and 2 Golden Age. Oh my god. I'll be right
This
back.
was full. I drank a half liter of Helles, which is almost like drinking. Like it's so low in alcohol. It's almost like drinking no beers.
I'm like exposing way too much, but I just like opened my fridge and saw my jar of pickles and really want to eat them too. Can we talk about snacks again at some point?
Yeah, we haven't done snack talk in a while. Yeah, listen, I eat pickles every single day of my life. There's almost never a day that I don't eat pickles. Serious sidebar. I moved into this new John that I'm now recording in. And are you from Philly all of a sudden? You're calling everything John's?
No, I've been using John for at least a year and a half now, regularly.
This is actually the 9-month anniversary of the first time you used the word John. Jawn, John.
It's so weird that she's adopted Philly lingo, but like she's not from Philly or Pittsburgh, but she doesn't like. Why?
I like John a lot.
How comes you ain't using ours
John
words?
I adopted it because it's the easiest word to use for anything. Literally, I'm like this
you could
John,
just say
that
thing.
John. No, I don't like that. I want John.
It's the easiest word because people from Philly can't read beyond a 3rd grade level, so everything becomes a John.
My coworkers out there, I didn't until I started working for Sly Fox.
For adopting their lingo, yes.
I never heard of John before. I never knew this was a thing. And so I hire a new sales guy, great dude. We're chatting it up, hanging out, funny guy, getting along great. But I keep hearing him calling stuff Johns, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? He's actually a metal drummer, Meg. You guys,
hook a sister up.
You guys might have come across. Newly single too. Hey.
Again, yeah. I already deleted the one dating app that I downloaded for like 2 weeks. Done.
Good dude, funny guy. Anyway, he starts doing the John thing, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? What are you saying, John? He's like, you don't know what John? You know what a John is? I was like, no, what's a John? He's like, a John is anything. It's a John. That's a John. What's the John? And he's explaining to me. I'm like,
this is a John. This is a John. This is
and then
a John.
I started hearing everyone say it in Philly, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like yins times 5, like in terms of the frequency that people say.
Because it can't account for anything. That's why it's great.
That's because yins is a pronoun and John is a regular noun.
I haven't been able to.
You're right.
I haven't been able to adopt yins as much. I feel more awkward saying John's easy. I say y'all a lot, even especially being like the restaurant service industry, like y'all. I think like there's like this like slight Southern thing that like I use dear and y'all a lot, and I think it sounds more comforting. And
you call people sweetheart. Kind of warm that up for
no,
sweetheart.
I say dear. Brian, I say dear. Like like literally like, what can I get for you, dear? Like easy. Quick, but it's part of my whole spiel. But it's so comforting and easy. Like if I don't know anyone, I'm just like, you're dear, like instantly. This is just what I do to people.
Yeah.
But John is also in that category where it's super easy just to like throw John into somewhere. But yins is like still feels awkward.
See,
yins, the Z. It's the Z. Maybe.
Yins will roll off my. Well, you don't say it with a zzz. Yins.
Yins. You say yins. Yeah, but it's also like I don't know.
But so I will, especially after a couple beers, I'll start slipping into a yins a little bit more frequently.
Hell yeah. So appropriate.
I can't do y'all. Nashville has ruined y'all for me. It's so fucking annoying, y'all down there. Everyone,
y'all is also so like
because no one down there is from Nashville,
right?
No one down there is from there. But they all want to pretend they are, and they all say y'all. And every goddamn stupid store with little knickknacks and fucking towels and coasters and everything in every place is y'all. It's like this. It's like this fucking big disingenuous, shitty marketing thing from people who aren't from there.
Are you saying Nashville is full of cowboy LARPers?
Yes, they really truly are.
Oh my God.
If you go down on like downtown Nashville on a weekend when all the tourists are around, or really just any time of the day, because obviously quite a bit, that's like where the tourists go is, that's where all the tourists trap, honky tonk. Now there's some great record stores, there's some legit good bars and restaurants down there.
I mean, it's in the season. I assume, Brian, you've been to Santa's bar. It's just like two fucking double wides welded together.
Have you been to Santa's John?
I've heard about this. But
Okay.
I've not been.
It is gross and it rules.
Yeah.
We went down for Bonnaroo. So it was actually June. It wasn't like fucking December.
Fucking hipster.
But
Right.
yeah, I was. But we stopped in Nashville and we went to I think it's called Santa's Workshop, or maybe it's Santa's or whatever. But yeah, it's just this old fucking dude who looks like Santa. He has two double wides welded together, and you just walk into these trailers and just like pay $1 for a Bud Light and get fucked up in there.
But they're going to say
There's
pay $1
some-
to sit on Santa's lap or something. Like, wow.
He pays you $1. No,
Sure.
It's there's some good dive bars down there, but yeah, if you go down, speaking of cowboy LARPing, you go down like downtown on the weekend and it's just all these fucking like
Bridal
if
shower,
you
what are they called? Fucking bachelorette parties.
oh,
All of that
lots of
shit,
bachelorette
all
parties.
in cowboy hats. Everything
you
is
take
themed.
Any of
What
these
about
guys,
a penis with a cowboy boot on?
yeah, are you just ideating right now?
Yeah.
If you pull like one of these kids to the side and like their pearl button shirt, if you were to just like rip it open, they would definitely have like a Salt Life tattoo or like,
whole chest piece.
a Musk Portnoy for president. Like they're
Guys,
all
we're being too judgmental right now.
no,
Nah.
fuck them.
No, they're just treehouse drinkers too far away from treehouse.
Yeah, for sure. If they had a helicopter, they'd landed at Treehouse just to buy fucking a bunch of okay beers. All right, guys, let's get into our next order of business. We have to
I didn't
decide.
finish talking about pickles, but whatever. I'm
That's
really
all
upset
right.
still. Okay,
Yeah,
fine,
I honestly,
whatever. We move on.
Like, we get it. You like pickles. All
Meg, it's a
right,
Pittsburgh
let's go.
podcast. Pickles will come up again.
Just don't you guys forget about the things to talk about.
No,
No,
Corn.
pickles. We got it. It's marked on the
I
calendar.
just had
No,
pickles
but I
yesterday.
have problems. I have problems. I need someone to help me. Anywho,
You have
Let's move
issues?
on.
You-
No, okay, no. Now we're moving on because
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna bring up something. And
Are we
now I'm
moving
not.
on or are we
Let's-
not moving
yeah,
on?
we're fucking moving on, Brian. We're fucking
Let's
moving
just be
on.
clear. We cannot move along. Are we going to move along?
I mean, do
All
you
right.
want to know? I don't think so.
Not really.
Wow. Okay. Fuck you.
No. Is it interesting?
I,
Should we talk about it?
I wanted you to want to know.
Good God, is this better be so good? It better be so
No, I'm not
fucking
gonna tell you.
good.
We're actually gonna choose our movies now. I think that's where we're going. The segment where
We were going to.
no, we're
yes.
going to choose. I'm really excited to talk about this movie, so I think we should choose our movies. Brian, you as the I hate to say it, reigning champion, get
Listen,
to choose the order, right?
Get it fucking right. 2-time back to back.
I'm not. No, I'm not
Quit
giving you that much
dicking
credit.
around.
No.
Don't
Wait,
bury the
what
lead.
bar do
2
you,
times
did you
back.
find it? Hey, no, Steve, change your background to Bob's Garage because that's where I'm going this week.
No, I'm in
multiple
Santa's
times.
pub. That's where I was talking about. I'm in
Oh,
Santa's
is that
pub. I'm
Santa's
back here.
pub?
Cute. That's
Yeah.
cute. That's cute
Yeah.
shit.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Yeah.
that. Those
It's a fucking
chairs
dive
look
bar.
like they smell like smoke. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, it all smells like smoke. Everything's been reclaimed. It's a piece of shit place. Great, go
Nice.
check it out. Kid Rock went there mostly a lot.
Get the fuck up. Let's go.
That sounds right.
I'm gonna ba with a ba and maybe bang did a bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whatever. And
If you're
drink
gonna
some
do
beers.
it, if you're gonna be there, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna pick our movies for the first showdown episode of 2023, guys.
How are we still alive? You know,
Yeah.
let's fucking go.
I don't know if I will be by the time this episode comes out, but I am right now, and I got a movie to pick. We are talking about cosmic horror. That was the topic that was selected by our beautiful listeners and social media friends. They surprised us and they picked cosmic horror, but I'm super excited about that because I just feel like it's, I don't know, appropriate for January. Is like a lot of weird esoteric stuff and self-examination and, you know, where do you exist in the universe and all these concepts I feel like are probably relevant to cosmic horror. So I'm the champ. Again, don't want to rub it in. I am the champ. So I am going to decide who goes first, and I'm going to be a kind and gracious champ, as I always am. And I am going to let Meg, because she's got a sour face on right now, and I want to turn that frown upside down. So you bitch, give me that movie. What are you going to do?
Bitch.
Ooh, now okay. I had like 5 because I was worried that any of them would get chosen by you guys.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go with my instinctual choice, and I'm gonna do Event Horizon.
Okay. Okay. Going with one of the big hitters of the franchise or of the genre. All right.
Oh,
The
yeah.
genre.
I just like I remember like it was like, again, you guys know my background, so it was just like one of those like movies that when the first time I watched it, I was like, it was pretty impactful. So I'm just gonna roll with it. You know, whether or not it's like top tier for everyone or even what your picks are, I know there's other ones that could probably. This is actually, in trying to pick one, I had 5. This is rare that I have this many options that I would have chosen from.
Yeah,
so I think this is going to be a fun one.
Sam Neill is a staple of cosmic horror, really.
Yeah.
If you think about it. All right, I'm going to go last because I do have 2 movies, and I'm going to decide on which one I'm going to go with based on where Steve goes. So I'm going to pivot if I need to. Steve, what's yours going to be?
So you just said that Sam Neill is a staple of cosmic horror.
You guys.
Are you going with a Sam Neill film?
I'm wondering if this is going to turn out the way I think it is, but I can
tell you I have no intention of picking the other Sam Neill movie.
Okay.
What you are about to pick.
Yeah, okay. So I am going to go with 1981's Possession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. That wasn't what I thought you were going to do.
Okay. You thought I was going to go within the Mouth of Madness.
I thought you were going to go in the Mouth of Madness.
I was wondering. I have a feeling I know what you're going to pick, but yeah, we could have gone all 3 Sam Neill movies because, like you said, Sam Neill is for some reason a staple of cosmic horror.
It's when you think cosmic horror, you think H.P. Lovecraft and Sam Neill.
Yeah.
That's just where it goes.
Yep.
I thought you were going to pick in the Mouth of Madness. I like that pick. That makes it a little more difficult for me, and I'll tell you the direction I was going to go. When I think of cosmic horror, I think Lovecraft, which listen, as weird and incel-y and xenophobic as he was, don't worry, he's fucking dead. He's worm food, guys. I'm not giving him any money. But I do enjoy his writings a lot, and I love Lovecraftian interpretations, and no one does it better than one of my favorite directors of all time, one Mr. Stuart Gordon. You guys are picking some somewhat heavy hitters. My initial thought was I was going to do Dagon.
Oh, really?
Familiar.
Yeah, which is just because it's a little bit of a left field pick, but it's a weird fucking movie and it's kind of scary. But the safer pick would be, of course, to go, Reanimator, one of the Reanimator flicks.
That was on my list too. I was like, yep.
Yeah. Dang it.
I would love if I haven't watched it. I might even just rewatch it soon anyway. I've only watched it once before. Yeah, no, I fucking love that movie so much.
I do too. It's one of my favorites. All right, you guys got some heavy hitters. I'll go with a heavy hitter. I'll go Reanimator.
Cool.
But I would
Not
strongly urge you, if you have not watched Dagon, a lesser known Stuart Gordon flick, probably a more better known, it's based on maybe a more better known or more like literal interpretation of a Lovecraft work.
Right.
Really fucking fun. Really hinges on a couple of big scenes. I'll probably lose if I pick that compared to the movies you guys do. So I got to give myself a fighting chance. I'm going to go with one Mr. Stuart Gordon and Reanimator.
Yeah, Dagon's not bad. It's just not as polished as
not at all. But it has such a unique vibe to it, which is what I like about it. And everything's all wet and slippery.
Right.
All right, guys. So we are going to talk about cosmic horror. Yeah. But also everything smells like fish because everything are fish people. Anyway, so once again, we're going to do Event Horizon. I almost said in the Mouth of Madness. Event Horizon. Steve is going with Possession. Right. And then I'm going to do Reanimator. So that'll be some fun movies.
This is going to be a fun one.
Jane.
I think it's going to be a fun one either way. I didn't realize walking into picking, I was actually kind of nervous because I was like, saw Cosmic Horror and I'm like, do I even fucking know? And I realized that I knew way more cosmic horror.
Well, it's kind of a
any
nebulous subgenre.
Yeah.
Because it can mean a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, the only things you need to make sure occur in a cosmic horror is somebody has to go insane,
Right.
Yeah.
and they have to go insane because they learned something they shouldn't have.
Yes.
Yeah. We need existential dread, and we need fucking weird shit going on.
Secret knowledge, secret maddening knowledge of some sort.
Yeah.
That should be a lot of fun. All right, guys, we got all that stuff up out the way. And if you want to help us pick these topics here in the future, go ahead and follow us over on the social medias. You type Halloween is Forever on any of them big old social media platforms. You're going to have us, you're going to see us come on up over there, and you can suggest some topics, slide on into the DMs. You want to write us a little review on the Apple Podcasts or Spotify's or something like that, send me a DM. I'll send you some damn stickers in the mail. That is still a thing that I'm doing on a regular basis. All right, guys, let's get back into the movie we're going to talk about tonight. We are going to talk about El Dia de la Bestia. We're going to talk about The Day of the Beast from 1995. Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of set it up for you, I guess. You get introduced to... a couple of priests just chatting it up as they do, doing, at what priests do, which is, well, one of the two things priests do. One, pray. The other thing, molest children. They weren't doing that in this instance. They were praying.
It's a new meaning to eat, love, pray.
Oh, God. Ew, Meg. Gross.
She's just got this pose, like she's like, gotcha pose.
Just gross.
So,
Meg, you don't have to work
Fuck
blue.
the church. Fuck the church.
You don't
Fuck all
have
the
to
shit.
work blue.
Sorry.
on this
Again.
podcast. That's such a funny thing to say. You don't have to work blue. You're
right
better
there,
than that.
Right there.
Yeah, so they're talking, and basically, there's some amount of secret knowledge, and you know what? Interestingly enough, I would probably, I think there's a good argument to consider this movie potentially a cosmic horror film. In many ways. But this guy, this priest, and his name is, I've just in my notes referring to him as priest, but his name is Angel. What's his last name?
I think it's
Padre.
just...
It just says Padre Angel and
Briatua? Yeah. No, was that him?
Angulo. Padre Angel Angulo.
No, Angulo is his actual actor
that's his
name.
actual last name. Wait, what was his last name? He had a last name in the movie.
I just
he definitely
rolled
did.
my R's for you, Brian. I just said it. It's already
Really?
done. It's already on record.
Okay. He does have a last name. We're just going to call him Padre, or maybe we'll call him the priest
It
or
looks
whatever.
like if you like burrito tacos, it kind of sounds like that.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that.
Birria taco.
Birria. I like
We're
how
being
Steve
really
kind of, when he
racist
gets
right
Spanish,
now, guys. We're being really racist, and I don't
well, we
like
should
it.
say
but
that
it's
this
okay.
is a
But I'm
Spanish.
comparing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Spanish, I think Spanish Italian flick. But so they do have that. That kind of it takes place in Madrid, so it does have that kind of interesting, like Steve kind of talks like sounds like he's talking like Antonio Banderas. It's birria.
But they also they had the lisp. They had
Yes,
the lisp
they did.
because El Dia de la Bestia.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I can't do that accent. I'm not even gonna try. But you're introduced to him and another priest, and they're standing there talking. And basically, he's explaining that like he's found something out, he's learned something, and he's basically saying, "I'm gonna go out and do as much bad shit. I'm gonna do as much sinning as I can." And the guy's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he says, it's because I found something out. And he kind of whispers in his ear. You don't know, as the audience, what that is yet. And then the guy gets up, kind of walks away. Big old giant cross falls on him and crushes him like a dang old Looney Tune.
Oh my
That's the
god.
biggest fucking cross I've seen in a while.
Why is it so fat and
Wait, I
it's
don't
so
know
thick?
where I don't even know where I heard this, but whether we talked about it, yeah, I think we've talked about it. It was like any comedy is just like Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Oh yeah. All the best gags.
There was last
what are
week.
you laughing at, Steve? Are you laughing?
I'm
at
laughing. I'm laughing at because if you think about it, it's a BBC. It was a big black cross that crushed the guy.
I was like, why is he laughing?
It just see big black cross.
Big black cross across
It
him.
was so girthy.
That's what
BBCC.
as soon as Brian said it's so big and thick, I was like, yeah, it's a big black cross. Oh yeah, it's a BBC.
That's a porn term, guys. If you're not into pornography,
Tell her fucking guests or listeners.
our guest mean faces me. All right. So anyway, so then you get, flash forward to, you got the priest, the padre, and he's just doing hood rat shit. He's just out there stealing change. He tells a guy who's dying in a car accident, and they kind of are like, oh, there's a priest. You got to go give him his last rites. And he basically says, rotten hell, you bitch.
Yeah. And steals his wallet.
And steals his wallet and throws it. This is the thing. Well, we'll learn why he's doing hood rat shit the whole time, but it is funny how he's like taking weird pleasure in it. Like the actor is playing it like he likes to do it, not like it's paining him to do it.
Right.
He also, listens to a Walkman, again, satanic shit. But he goes into the store at one point, and in the window,
jumping. Oh wait, keep going. Sorry, I thought you were gonna jump ahead too far.
No, what
there's so many silly. No. I just love all the little things, the hood rat shit. Like when he went up to the mime, and he's just like, boop, and he just fucking
knocks him into the
subway.
Immediately after that is maybe what you're hitting on, where he's like at the store. He didn't go into it, and he was outside, but we see like this just seems so wild, because this is just reality, whatever in the scene they set up of like even just baby Sinclair with like a fucking gun. Like this is
the baby from Dinosaurs with a gun in the window.
This is where I started dying. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. This is so unhinged right now.
This is it takes place in Madrid, but it takes place in like a fictional, a dramatized, almost like comic book or graphic novel type, crime-ridden Gotham type version of Madrid. Sure. Where like there's just wild violence and poverty and just the I don't know what Madrid looked like in 1995, but this feels like a very cartoonish representation of like, it almost feels like street trash or something. You know what I mean? It's just like
a little bit.
It's just so over the top, cesspool kind of thing.
I was trying to look to see, because one of the things we get introduced to early on is this, they're like a fascist gang that is like out there, and they're like they're beating up immigrants, they're beating up homeless people, they're setting homeless people on fire. And so I was wondering, was that a thing? Because Spain was like fascist up until like the 1970s. So I was wondering, I assume there's some sort of holdover of like just really shitty people. That's in what I 90s.
Took it as, is there's just some sort of like socio-political sect that still is like loyal to that ideology. But yes, there is this like roving gang. Basically, it's like in Death Wish, but instead of them being like punks, they're fascists.
Right.
And they're just roaming around, fucking with people, jumping out of cars, beating the shit out of people, stuff like that. So you're aware of that.
Yeah. And they call themselves Limpia Madrid, which is clean up Madrid.
Yes. And they spray paint that everywhere. That's their tag. You're also, as the Padre is roaming around Madrid doing wild shit, you are becoming aware of this guy named Professor Cavan. I think we were kind of Cavan.
Yeah.
And he is essentially like a cult. It's like if Miss Theo combined with
Miss Cleo Brian.
Miss Cleo. Yes. Sorry. Miss Cleo combined with I would say like Anton LaVey or something like that.
Yeah.
Something a little bit even more like evangelical almost.
Yeah, he's a little bit Yes, he does. He's like all dressed to the nines, but he has like the little pointy goatee. But he's like kind of this handsome guy. But he's also like a fortune teller kind of call-in show. I'm gonna tell you about, I'm a Long Island medium kind of thing, but in Madrid, right?
It's like if John Edwards wasn't fucking mac and cheese.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So again, you don't know what's happening with the Padre yet, but he goes into this bookstore and he tries to steal this book from Kavan, and which I just started calling him Kevin in my notes. I was like, what if Kavan is Spanish for Kevin?
Like, I think you overlooked like the whole scene where he first initially met. Is his name Jose?
Well, we're not there yet.
I thought he met Jose before trying to steal the book. Because he started to steal the book, I thought, after he got into the house. Steve, you're the mediator here.
I don't think he had been to... Wait.
Because I feel like when he was on the street, what he ended up first at was the record shop where he met Jose.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's,
yeah.
Does he meet him already?
Yeah, because he was like... Because this is, again, it's really early on shit that I'm like joking in my mind. I was like, of course they choose the metalhead to like be the devil worshiper. So he'd go to him first.
Well,
fucking
Meg's feeling really targeted right now.
I'm victimized. I feel victimized right now.
Well, here's what happened, and this, I guess, he goes into if I'm doing it out of order anyway, he does go into this kind of heavy metal record store, and he's asking for. You can clearly tell he doesn't know why he's there. He doesn't know. He knows why he's there, but he doesn't know like bands. He's like, oh, he just saw the names of some like satanic looking bands.
He's such a poser.
Yeah. Even further, like you can tell he doesn't even really know what the band's names are, because he brings out this list.
And
there's a list.
Yeah.
There's a list of 3 bands on it. And like one of them's Iron Maiden, which is really obvious. The other is Napalm Death.
Yeah.
So like he's heard Napalm Death, but then written it down in Spanish. So it's Dez. So it's DEZ.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I didn't get it. I had to go on to IMDb, and like it's in the trivia, but like when you pronounce it out, it says Ase de Se.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ase de Se. What does that translate to? Makes to what? But it's not a translation. It's because he heard it phonetically. It's ACDC.
Oh, Jesus. That's funny. No, I did not get that. That satanic party band, ACDC.
They got Highway to Hell, and that's where you got to look for. That's how you find the devil, Brian.
That's how you find the devil. I get it. So he goes in there and eventually starts talking to Jose, who is this like metalhead guy who runs the record shop. And, they get to talking, and they're talking about, hey, I'm interested in satanic music. And he gets the idea that like Jose, saying like, I consider myself a Satanist. And he's like, hey, you need a place to stay. Yeah, sure. Well, hey, my mom runs, a boarding house. You can come over and stay there and, tell him I sent you, kind of thing. So he goes into this other store. He tries to steal Professor Kevin's book, and he gets caught, gets kind of hauled off to the office, kind of like in that scene.
Are we like getting like Home Alone vibes at this point, dude?
I
like,
was actually getting like Bad Santa vibes when he goes into the shop. Like this reminded me of the scene with Bernie Mac where he's eating the orange. you know what I'm talking about? Like that reminds me of this scene, except for he's sitting in there and he's trying to explain to him. And this is where you get some exposition about why he's trying to do all this bad shit and all this sinning and stuff like that, is that he believes that he has decoded some sort of numeric riddle in the Bible that gives you a date. And that date is when the Antichrist is going to be born, which is, of course, on Christmas Eve, which is, that day. So what he's saying that he's the only one who knows this. No one will believe him. If this was actually
how Christmas was, I would be way more into the holiday spirit, guys.
Yeah, if the Antichrist was going to be born.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be one of the three wise women going to give sacrifices to the Antichrist?
Yeah, I'd probably give my body as a vessel. You know,
I
like,
thought you were gonna be
whatever
like,
they
would you
needed.
bring myrrh or frankincense or something like that?
Or bring 3% beer.
I'd bring my body.
3% wine.
Bring my body.
Yeah. You just cut off fingers, lay him in the crib, lay him in the.
You know, I mean, like I
manger.
haven't produced life at all. You know, maybe I'm due for this, and maybe Satan is part of that plan. I don't know.
Yeah. So you want to be like a cocoon for like a like little baby devil to grow.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty sick.
Life goals,
Anyway,
guys.
yeah,
Life
yeah.
goals.
So he basically explains to him this is what he's like decoding this shit, and it's sort of this like puzzle or really like an equation that ultimately is going to tell him that, hey, today is the beginning of Armageddon and the Antichrist is going to be born. So the kind of store, I don't know if it's store security, store manager, whatever, is just like, oh yeah, okay, well that's pretty serious. Hold on a second. He leaves and he's basically like, call the insane asylum. This guy's a maniac. And then the Padre just fucking KOs him with an iron, which was unexpected.
It was sitting on the desk the entire time, and I'm going, why is there an iron on the desk?
I assumed that somebody had tried to steal the iron.
Right.
So it was like in his office. Like he was the loss prevention guy, or something like that. But,
Right.
But yeah, there was just a blunt object
Someone
there.
tried to steal an iron, this is normal shit, guys.
Yeah, people try to steal all types of shit. So, and then you don't realize, and he never really explains why, but he is burning the bottom of his feet with cigarettes. Like that's a thing he's doing.
It's the shape of a cross too. It's protection, bro.
I know. Is it a protection thing? Is that what it is?
That's what I took it as. The moment I saw it, I was like, that's protection.
But doesn't he want to expose himself to the devil?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to get into BDSM at the same time? It was a double-edged sword. He was protecting himself while also mildly getting off by burning his feet.
Oh, you think this was a sexual thing?
Probably.
Gotcha,
Everything's
gotcha,
a sexual
gotcha.
thing.
Gotcha.
Everything's a sexual thing.
Everything's a sexual thing.
Also, you guys, reminder, Meg wants to bring up pickles again. So
let's bring that back around.
I did see a meme with a Heinz pickle dildo thing. Like this
with a suction cup on it.
Yeah.
For the shower.
I was like, it was probably on like Pittsburgh Personified or something like that. It was a joke, but like I laughed, and now I'm bringing it up to you all.
But it was a joke,
pickles.
but like it was on sale.
It was a joke, but it's on my Amazon wish list. So
it was a joke, but I still bought it.
It was a joke, but you can request customs on OnlyFans with it.
I thought it was a joke, but I did check to see if it was dishwasher safe.
It was a joke, but I did contact Pittsburgh Pickle Company to, maybe get on their own action.
Get a sponsorship. All right. So he does show up to the boarding house. He is immediately approached by Jose's mom, who is like, she's wild. Like she just beats the shit out of everybody. She's like she's always cutting the heads off rabbits and doing wild shit. And he basically says like, hey, your son sent me. And she was like, fuck. All right, whatever. Comes inside, she puts him up in a room. Actually, no, it wasn't the mom that met him at first.
It was Mina that greeted Mina. Yeah, Mina greeted him.
Yeah, Mina greeted him at the beginning. You're right. And then, he wakes up next day, goes out to breakfast. Jose's there. He meets the mom. Mina's there. And Jose's grandfather, who's just this big old bearded guy who just walks around with his dick out, which was a great bit. It's a great gag.
Yeah.
He comes out. He's just standing there with his dick out. And Jose gives him acid. Like he's just like, we got to give him this to kind of pep him up, like just to keep him moving.
I really want to understand how one can achieve that life. Like, is that a goal or is that just like the other end of what goals are?
I think people like a consequence. People are. I think it's.
That would be the opposite of a goal, a consequence.
Yeah, I think so. I would say it's a happy consequence. Like he could have just ended up like that, just on the street and got hit by a car and, you know, and bled to death in the street. But instead, he gets to hang out in a, you know, have a house, get fed meals, sit on the toilet, smoke doobs, you know, eat acid with his dick out. And it's like pretty good.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good. I would say it worked out in spite of him, probably.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I mean, what kind of goals do you have to
Mm-hmm.
have? You to have that sort of life?
I guess the big,
I feel like it's very carefree.
Yeah, I guess the big question is
I
like,
don't know.
when did he start getting his dick out?
And when did people stop asking him not to have his dick out?
Right.
Because that was probably
There was a period of time where they were trying to nip this in the bud and it just didn't take.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, he's living with, I'm assuming his daughter, and then Jose is his grandson.
Oh no.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming they've all been living together for a while, and then like she's also running a boarding house.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it's some.
He's never heard of a nudist colony
Yeah.
either. Like maybe he's just trying to implement it. Maybe
Well,
that's
he's not
his
full
goal.
nude either. He's wearing a flannel, much like you are, Meg.
Yeah.
He wears a flannel, but he's still just
he's Porky
like
Pigging it.
I feel like you might be. I feel like you might be insinuating that I'm Porky Pig.
we don't know.
Or Winnie the Poohing it.
I might be
He's
doing that.
Winnie the Poohing it out there. Yeah, he's just no bottoms, top
I don't know if
on.
you're cosplaying for the episode, Meg.
Could be.
I mean, this is a sticking point for me,
Yeah.
guys. So you know what? I am consider me influenced.
He's out. So you do get, you know, a little bit more explanation now. Padre's telling Jose about, you know, hey, I'm trying to sell my soul to Satan so that the Antichrist can be born. And then basically I'm going to like trick him and kill the Antichrist. Like, so basically he's going to sacrifice himself, most likely to prevent the Antichrist from, I don't know, being born, I guess, or growing up or something like that.
A fun fan film is that Father Angel would have actually been the vessel for the baby. That would have been the goal.
Could have been.
Fun fan film.
Could be. You could probably make that.
Yeah, he comes right out the dick.
Yeah, it comes right out of his dick hole. You do, speaking of it, you do get another quick shot of Grandpa's old balls sitting in that chair. They're just like they're just laying there like a tent that somebody didn't roll up.
You guys are seeing your future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a present. I'm not. Listen, Grandpa was uncut. All right, listen, I'm a chosen one.
That is where I do differ. I'm not European trash.
You're Western trash.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So anybody figure out why? So now you're cut. You know, he starts following. The Padre starts following Professor Kevin, and he goes into this convenience store, and everyone's dead. Was that just part of the whole like dystopian murder crime spree?
Yeah, Olympia. So it's one of the things that like you have to like really look for. And it's another thing I discovered going through IMDb trivia. But like, so in the credits, the Olympia Madrid guys are all credited as Toyota, like Toyota 1, Toyota 2, Toyota 3, Toyota 4.
Toyota.
Yeah. And it's because they all.
So Japanese?
Well, no, it's because they all ride around in a Toyota.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're the Olympia Madrid guys are come out of the convenience store and getting their Toyota as Professor Kevin's going in. So they went in to beat up the immigrants who were running the
I didn't even notice that the people that they killed were immigrants necessarily. Okay, that makes sense.
And then I think Olympia Madrid is spray painted on the cooler. I did see that. This is like the scene in Shaun of the Dead where Sean goes into the convenience store after the apocalypse
to get the ice cream cone.
Yeah, to get the ice cream, and he notices nothing around him.
Yeah,
it's exactly like that scene, but like 7 years before it.
Yeah, you wonder if that was influenced by it.
Yeah.
No, but totally. But like, I think like that. I think everything we've already talked about this film too. That was just like a mildly like even little bit political statement of like someone who just like, this is normal life. Like, who fucking cares? These immigrants were fucking killed.
He didn't give a
like,
shit.
Which sucks, but like,
and we're definitely establishing that like Professor Kevin is a dickhead. He's a charlatan. He's uncaring. He's cynical, and he's just lying to sell books and shit on his TV and to sell his TV show to viewers. But anyway, so they follow the priest and Jose follow Professor Kevin back to his apartment, clobber him and tie him up. And then you do get this kind of extended scene, which I say, if there's one place in the movie that it dragged a little bit for me, it's probably around here, which it's funny. And like enough things keep happening. It just felt a little stretched out, but it's this longer kind of extended scene where the priest is trying to convince Kevin to help him summon the devil so he can trick him and kill the Antichrist. Basically, he's telling all the exposition. And like I said, it's pretty funny, but it goes on a little long. Yeah.
Well, I think it's also like the first time we actually kind of settled down into one location.
Yeah.
Like we've been all over Madrid at this point. We've been
around to 6 different locations at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the first time we settle down, but there is also a big exposition dump where he explains like the literal math of
he's writing it on his wall in chalk and the whole thing. Yeah.
We still mildly don't care. We just want the silliness.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he's saying to him like, hey, I need your help. You're the occult expert. You're the guy who knows how to summon demons. You got to help me perform this ritual and summon the devil. And he's basically saying like, it's all for show. Like, I don't know how to fucking do any of this. Like, I don't even know the shit that's in my book. And then he starts opening it up. And like, yes, he does know a little bit about it, but very much on like a superficial level. And at this point in the movie, again, have never seen this before. In my mind, it's going to go one of two ways. Either the occultist guy like knows more than he's leading on, or I thought it was going to maybe be that like the Padre was just like out of his fucking gourd the whole time. So like we are very much which
I mean, you might be giving something away. We could probably come to that conclusion at the end.
You think so?
The last scene. I mean,
well,
like
we'll wait on that.
Like,
we'll wait on that. That's an interesting
kind of
topic to talk about. I think you are definitely up to this point meant to believe that the priest is a reliable narrator. He's not necessarily the narrator.
But I mean, you just made a good point of like at the same time, though, there is this element the entire time where there could be some mental instability. Yeah. And we might be fed that a little bit, because I was mildly confused by literally the last scene that we're fed.
Yeah, but there's a scene here coming up in a second, which I think eliminates that potential for that concern.
Does it?
I don't know. Let's talk about it. We're about to get to it. Yeah. So actually, I'm interested to hear. So we'll get into it here. So here's where we're at. They decide they need some virgin blood. The Professor Kevin's girlfriend with giant bouncy boobs shows up, and she bounces her boobs around a lot. And the Padre is gonna kill her, I guess, and take some blood, which I felt seemed aggressive, but he was like, he came over with like a pot and a butcher knife and like put it by her head like he was gonna like bleed her like a hog. And I was like,
he just wanted a little nip.
And I was like, you just need a little, because then he basically says like, she's not a virgin, don't leave her alone. So then he says, I know where to find a virgin, which he's going to go back to Mina. So there's this kind of pretty tense, kind of funny but creepy, and seeing you're it's weird because you're not really, you're kind of supposed to sympathize with the Padre a little bit because you're supposed to believe him,
right?
But of course he's doing all types of bad shit, so you're not rooting for him, which is kind of a fun little dynamic. But he goes back to the boarding house, freaks out Nina, and eventually Mina.
Yeah, Mina. Yeah,
Mina, not Nina. Mina, and then eventually like drugs her and takes some blood from her, basically. So it ends up being relatively anticlimactic in that way. But the mom of the metal dude comes home as he's like dragging Mina into like the bedroom, thinks that he murdered her, but he had drugged her, and just fucks up the priest by, first of all, blasting him in the side of the face with a shotgun, like grazing him, but enough to like blow off a big chunk of his ear and fuck up his face. And she's just going batshit on him, fucking beating his ass with the pistol grip and just like going after him.
It turns very close to like a Hong Kong kung fu film with the way she just lays a fucking beating in on him.
It's like really well done and really like kind of intense and out of nowhere crazy violent. Like there's been violent moments up to this point, but nothing like this. And then when she falls,
I feel like I only expected something to go this far, though. You know what I mean? Like we're just slowly like inching our way towards just like very extreme things.
It was a great payoff, though.
Mildly, yeah.
Because the whole thing only lasted probably 45 seconds between the time that she busts in on him with the shotgun and the time that she falls over the banister and freaking does a backbreaker on herself, like on the banister.
Hits every banister on the way down.
Oh, it's really brutal. And then she's just hanging there upside down with her knickers out. It's a whole thing. But it's just a well executed scene. This movie across the board is shot very well.
Yeah.
Really well, really great cinematography across the board.
Yeah, and it translates so much into that TV show 30 Coins. There is Spanish TV in general has been putting out some fucking bangers. Yeah. This and Money Heist, and I just watched a new one with John Reno.
Money Heist is a funny name.
Money Heist.
What other kind of heist? It could be Jules, I guess. I don't know.
I just feel like that is a like reality show.
Yeah. Money Heist is the
like
American
calling something
name.
stealing valuables. Of course you are. It's
Money Heist is the American name. It sucks. The original title is La Casa de Papel, which is the House of Money or the House of Paper. So that's fine. And then, but another one I just watched was A Private Affair with John Reno. And it's like Indiana Jones and Uncharted as a Spanish detective film or detective TV show. Fucking rules. So like Sounds Spanish good. TV
are these
makes
HBO
bangers.
Shows?
A Private Affair is Amazon and Money Heist is Netflix.
Okay. All right.
So like
all over the place.
they're all over the place. But yeah, 30 Coins though has just back to this director, like it has like amazing action scenes. It has like crazy scary horror stuff in it, and just like it has some of the like grossest imagery towards the end of the season that I was just like, what the fuck, what did you guys do?
What did you do? I need to watch this. I love the scene where it's just a quick one cut where she smashes him, like she's got him grabbed up by the collar and she smashes him through the window, and you get the quick shot from outside the window looking down on his like upper torso hanging out of the window. It's great. It's great. Great shot. But yeah, so this is the part I was talking about that like for me, I'm like, oh, okay, so like we got to believe the priest is, but so they've eaten acid, right? So I get where you guys are going with this. They've eaten acid. So
every time you say that, I need to stop where my brain's going. Like, anywho,
you want to eat acid.
No, literally. Like, I'm just like you say, they're eating acid, and all I think is like, if they're just eating ass the whole time, like
ass. I thought
Jesus,
you were taking...
like my brain is just like
makes just think about eating ass for the holidays.
It is the holidays. It's ass eating season.
Merry fucking Christmas, y'all.
But
they eat a lot of acid too, because like they
do.
Yeah, they throw a whole bunch in the pot with the virgin's blood and dilute it a little bit with water. Yeah. And then they sop it up with almost like a weird communion scene because they sop it up with bread. And so it's like
cuts it into wafer, like into discs. Yeah. So it's kind of it's the whole. What's the name of the freaking ritual? This is like the
transubstantiation.
Well, transubstantiation is the thing in the Catholic Church, but like transubstantiation is the thing in the Catholic Church when they believe that the wafer and the wine literally transmogrify. I can't think of the word.
I'm pretty sure
into
we
the
just
body
have
and blood of Christ.
Conversations about mixing substances.
Yeah.
and that's usually a no-go.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
hey, Catholic Church knows all
No,
right.
no, no. So this ritual is basically a movie interpretation of of a real satanic ritual that not Anton LaVey, what's the guy, Aleister Crowley was known for trying to complete.
Oh, okay.
Which is but it is an intentional bastardization of the sacrament of Holy Communion.
He probably took a lot of acid and also ate a lot of ass.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did, and he put a lot of stuff in his ass.
He totally did.
But his whole thing was that there was these cakes which were supposed to be like communion wafers, but it wasn't just virgin blood; it was menstrual blood and semen. Where in this they kind of toned it down for the movie.
Mix them together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody made cummies in the pot.
Nobody did that. Nobody squeezed it, wrung out a tampon into it or anything. But
the body, I mean, the wine should probably actually just be a mixture of semen and menstruation blood. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I keep 50-gallon drum of each in the house. Because if you're gonna do sex magic,
I mean, literally, that's probably what people should be drinking. I mean,
like if you're gonna do sex magic with any frequency, you got to buy the stuff in bulk.
Yeah.
So
this is part of the body. It might not. It's no longer in the body, but it makes the community stronger.
Brian does have to separate his nut jug during the holidays, so nobody confuses it for eggnog. So
yeah, they're both very
I just called it
frothy.
nut jug.
Yeah, it's a nut jug.
They're both very frothy.
Right.
Did you ever see that outtake with
We do a dry shake on it. It's not a big deal.
Just give it a sniff. One smells like nutmeg. One smells like that type of tree that when it's pollinating, it smells like cum. No, but what is the
Why are we poor bad people? Why are we bad people?
the outtakes of Anchorman 2 with Will Ferrell, and he's like, I was drowning in a river of frothy ejaculate. Did you ever see that?
I probably
funny.
have.
It's so funny. Literally,
was
the
too
whole
long.
grass is just dying.
The lazy river, I'm pretty sure that is actually, if it actually exists. I mean, we know lazy river exists.
If the mythical lazy river actually existed.
If the mythical lazy river existed, it would be just a bunch of cum.
Yeah, well, it's going to flow slower.
Male ejaculate specifically.
Yeah, because it's going to flow slower and it's going to be lazier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's one thing I hate. It's when a lazy river's too fast.
That's how they get your money.
That's a real bugaboo with me.
They get you in and out of the lazy river too quick.
Yeah.
It's a bugaboo.
That's a real bugaboo.
It's a bugaboo for sure.
But
all right, let's keep going.
This
is so silly.
Again, the metal dude. Yeah, so there goes metal dude's mom fucks them all up. She dies. The ritual actually works. So. But again, they've now done acid, but it does seem clear that they're all seeing the same thing, which is a goat standing on its hind legs, basically doing devil signifying shit.
We've already met like the goat earlier too, which
Have we met the goat earlier?
The goat was hanging out.
Yeah,
he ignored it
at Kevin's house.
Oh yeah. The goat's there. Yes, but this is the first time the goat's like, no, I'm a demon, and stands up and does does satanic shit.
There was also a goat on the street when he was in the very, very beginning of the film, where he's like ignoring people. Yeah, he's like ignoring people.
I feel like I remember that.
He walked past it and
just hanging out, like doing.
It's like with like buskers for whatever reason. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And then he's, so then they
not good at playing banjo.
Yeah. They make their way up onto the roof. Now they're all like tripping balls. They're climbing along the sign. I'm fast forwarding here a little bit, but the best part of the scene here is it's like this big neon sign, like several stories up, and they're all tripping balls. And Jose's just like thinks it's really hilarious to kill himself, which he just keeps.
You know what's real funny?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself and drag you two with me.
Oh, and he's laughing.
Yeah.
It's such a weird. I mean, this is really like a great black comedy bit because it's very dark, but it's really genuinely funny. Where he just keeps going, I could just jump right out, and then he jumps, and then they catch him. They're like, because he's a big guy, so it's like really a strain, and he's hanging there. He's like, I'm an angel. I'm like an angel, right, Padre? You know, and he's like, it's a great bit. He keeps trying to kill himself.
So silly.
And then eventually the priest is holding Jose and Professor Kevin. Eventually, Kevin falls. He doesn't fall the whole way to the street. He only falls, a few stories down, but he gets all fucked up.
That was another great shot. The way the camera so it looks like the way they did this is they filmed the camera falling on its own straight towards that sign, and then put Professor Kevin on a blue screen, and then this like superimposed him over that. But just the way it's filmed, it looks fucking awesome, and it looks way better than like Die Hard.
Yeah, looks way better than Shane O'Mac jumping off the top of the jumbotron, where it just falls into just like most of the time when you see stuff like that. Even what were we watching recently? Oh, the Revenge of the Invisible Man or whatever, where he falls down to, like they do this thing where you just fall to a mat or a soft surface below the kind of horizon line. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this didn't feel like that. It felt pretty good. Felt like you kind of were like, oh, he's dead. But then
I thought he was dead too. But then.
But no, he survives, and he decides he's going to televise. He's going to try to televise the birth of the Antichrist. And then a guy gets electrocuted. I tuned out for a moment here. But why? What did the guy get electrocuted have to do with anything? Did I miss that?
That's one of those curious things is like, was that just like a bad coincidence? Because what happens is they storm into the studio, right, and they knock over one of the big, like water dispensers,
like a water cooler,
a water cooler. And I guess back in the 90s they had glass ones and not plastic ones.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did the Culligan Man not exist back then? It's plastic, bro.
Not in Madrid, Brian. Not in Madrid.
They have a long, storied history of glass water containers. Yeah.
So,
their heritage.
There's water all over the floor, and then the lights are getting into the water, and it electrifies the water, and then Professor Kevin has dropped his metal pen in the water puddle. So this fan is like trying to get a signature on his book, and then he goes and picks up the pen, and it electrocutes him.
Well, it was also like a golden pen. I'm like, what's the significance? Am I missing some symbolism here? Maybe. I think
it was just golden because it was metal, so it would be a conductor.
I guess.
Is that just a weird, goofy coincidence that happened? Yeah. Because like when he gets electrocuted, I swear to God, it was going to show like a skeleton, like in Home Alone.
Home Alone 2.
Just the way just the way the lights flash and like there's a lot of smoke and everything. I was like, are they just about to show a skeleton screaming?
Just David Stern style. Yeah. That's literally one of the top 5 greatest comedy bits of all time, by the way. Home Alone 2 when he gets electrocuted. Absolutely. I've seen that movie 1,000 times. I piss my pants laughing. My cousin and his girlfriend are coming over on Thursday night. We're going to watch Home Alone 1 and 2.
And I'm going to piss my pants in front of them.
And we are going to piss our pants laughing. I've watched this movie with him every year since we were little kids, and we both laugh hysterically at that point. It's just so fucking funny. The scream, it's magic. Anyway, so then basically they're at a loss now because they're like, fuck, Professor Kevin, that was our hope. He kind of fell through. So now they're just kind of like aimlessly going around trying to figure out, like, they just keep saying they're looking for signs of like what direction to go.
He's been
to
literally
figure
looking
out
for signs since the beginning of the movie. And like,
I know he had like a direction. Now he's directionless again. It's weird.
It is definitely just life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird metaphors.
Yeah. He goes from like directionless to it's just a weird, I don't know. It's a weird direction to go with the plot. I don't know. Yeah. But he does. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the whole thing is like, so the ritual was supposed to give them the direction, and then the paper they burn as part of the ritual, creates like that anagram, and then the anagram tells him like, this isn't a game. Sign the devil.
The devil basically is like, yeah, gotcha. You know, you ain't gonna get me. I'm too smart for you, or whatever.
Because I mean, and it's something that like made me think about it, because like while he's doing all the evil stuff, he's also announcing to people that he's going to trick the devil.
I
it's
know.
Like,
I was gonna say,
you
like,
don't think the devil hears that?
yeah. It's bad plan.
Yeah.
But that now he's just, and again, bad plans made worse.
He's like, I'm just gonna. People are stupid.
I know, but this guy's supposed to be smart. We've established that he figured out priest. Something. I mean, there's maybe some character flaws involved, but I'm saying like he figured out this like crazy, you know, puzzle or whatever. Apparently, I don't know, but anyway,
he's still looking for signs. He's literally looking, turning to astrology and shit for like this.
Well, and now he's actually just going into a lecture hall and sitting down and listening to a lecture. Like that's going to help him. Time is of the essence. Maybe this lecture will help us. But he does get up and start ranting and doing, you know, crazy priest shit. And then they basically are going to get a couple of goons to kick him out. And Jose just stands up, starts blasting with the shotgun, just like randomly. And it's like, also we should say, it's like a SWAT team assault shotgun.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like a giant fucking like some sort of crazy 10 gauge shotgun that's just going to like fuck people up.
And it also apparently has unlimited ammo on.
Oh yeah. At one point he is just pumping this fucking thing probably 6 or 8 times.
Yeah. Never reloads once.
Never reloads.
No.
But he starts blasting the shotgun at the lecture. Then everyone runs out in the street. They're all looking for him. The priest jumps up on this like Christmas Eve parade float that has the 3 wise men. And then the goons just open fire, I guess.
Well, there was blackface on the parade float, so they were right to do it.
For sure. We have clearly established this movie is very racist.
But were the guys who were after him out in the street, were they part of like the right wing militia guys?
No, they were just the security detail for the Nostradamus speaker.
But why did they just have guns and start firing in the street? Mm-hmm. First of all, why'd they follow him out? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know why, especially these things. People with guns just like shooting them.
Yeah. I guess. Well, but they
followed him out. They followed him out because the priest was still chasing down the Nostradamus speaker.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
So it was like a 3-tier chase of like, you know, that guy's running away, the priest is after him, and the security guards are both after the priest and to get their, you know, their guy back.
Yeah, swallow the horse to catch the cow, swallow the cow to catch the dog, swallow the dog to catch the spider.
Yeah, and then they kill the guy in blackface.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and it swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why he swallowed the fly. I guess he'll die.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hate everything about what you just said.
Well, you know,
how was your childhood devoid of that book? Everybody had it.
Clearly, it was very devoid of it. You guys don't know my childhood.
You never heard that?
Nope.
No.
No,
it was like a fun
Penner
book
thing. Well, it was from. I remember watching it from Fred Penner.
Guys, do you really want to dive into my childhood trauma? I don't think so. Let's just assume
do you know
that
who Fred Penner is?
No.
The cat came back.
No.
The cat came back the very next day.
I'm upset now.
No. It's so weird.
I'll bring it up.
Oh, you haven't even heard. You haven't even heard the weirdest parts.
When I go back to therapy.
Wait till you hear it, and it goes, "Give me a meow." Go meow. That's when it gets real weird.
Somebody get Meg a Dr. Demento mixtape for her Christmas.
Something. You ever heard One-Eyed, One-Horned, Flying Purple People Eaters?
Yeah, I have heard that. Okay, fuck you.
Meg gets defensive about the things she hasn't seen, but also the things she has.
Yes.
Childhood. Sounds awesome.
You insert boot to the head. You know that one?
Oh, yeah.
What? No. Maybe someone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Everyone. For Christmas and maybe a late birthday present. Just give me a list of all the things that I probably missed in my childhood, which is probably everything. Just
Bubble
send
tape.
it to me, and
or
maybe on a thumb drive, and all of a sudden, catch up.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to vet with you. This would be a fun game to play. Is this a thing Meg knows about? Like, or that you experienced as a kid? Like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Did you watch Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Rarely. Probably saw maybe something like maybe partially. Like, no, it's probably the total answer. Probably when I was older.
But we just go through. We're like Pee-wee's Playhouse,
Nope.
Bubble Tape,
No.
Metal Gear Solid.
No.
You know, just kind of go down the
This is something we do for a live show.
Yeah.
Where like we have the audience come up and just like if they
I'll
can
be like,
guess something that
"What the fuck
Meg
are you
knows,
talking about?"
they get a sticker.
Think of
no
the
idea.
wildest thing Meg doesn't know about. Like, what
No,
if
you
we were
know,
like
it
Santa
doesn't-
Claus and she was like,
Guys,
I have no idea what you're talking
It doesn't even need
about.
to be wild. There's just
Yeah.
a good chance I haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
And
I
if
like it.
I
That
may
sounds like a fun game.
have a slight memory, it's because I blocked most of that out. You know, so,
You killed those brain cells.
wink.
Guess
That's when I
guess
winked
something
at
that
people.
Meg doesn't know. Win a sticker.
Street
God.
Sharks.
No clue what
Do
you're
you know
talking about. No.
You don't know Street Sharks?
Nope.
They were jawsome.
Fuck, I love Street Sharks.
Man, I
Big
can't
Bad
wait to try
Beetleborgs.
to catch up on my childhood as an adult. This is real fun.
See, these are things you can. Big Bad Beetleborgs. That's
No,
gonna
you
hold
have
up.
mentioned that. I do need to actually
Yeah.
put that back in a tab.
They lived in a haunted house.
It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but they live in a
Big.
damn haunted house full of monsters and Frankensteins and Draculas.
Yeah, no.
It's awesome.
No,
They're
no.
making-
I'm
and Jay Leno.
Yeah, and Elvis J. Leno.
We already talked about this because I already
yeah.
was like, yeah, I want to catch on that one. I'm actually putting it back in a tab so I actually remember it and don't delete it.
Okay.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Anyway, so now you know the at some point here, and I might have missed a step, but I don't think it's that important. The right wing militia, fascist militia guys start to be after them, and they climb up to the roof of a building. They end up on the roof of a building, and
You missed. Well, it's not that important, but you did miss the fact that they go to a metal club.
Oh, the metal club. I did miss that
And then
part.
I think the most important part here is that the priest is going around the metal club because he thinks he's been shown a sign.
Yeah.
And he's going around, he's harassing people in the metal club. He sees a pregnant lady and grabs her devil pendant. And then that causes her boyfriend to beat the ever living shit out of him.
Yeah. He's become the like crash test dummy-ish type of thing here. He's just getting the shit whooped out. He's got shot in the fucking face. Like, that's really the pinnacle of that. But ultimately, it's basically like that scene from PCU where the guy just pisses everybody off and they're all chasing him at once. Like the vegans are chasing him, the people who he fucked up he unplugged the computers and lost all their theses. Like all those people are all chasing him simultaneously. It's that. But
everybody hates Padre.
Yeah, everyone hates Padre. They're all chasing him. And then they get up to the roof of this building, and this scene, something about the sky in the background, the kind of like almost like a clay stop motion-y type of look to some of the movement of the creature. It just reminded me of Q the Winged Serpent, which we just talked about not that long ago. But you get this crazy goat demon man, which you find out that the leader of the right-wing fascist organization is the devil, literally the devil. And he transforms into the devil. You see him, you get this pretty cool effect with, like a goat mask and like the long kind of goatee legs. He's like super tall and skinny and weird looking. So the metal guy basically, they trick him, and the metal guy, what is he? Damn it! I'm missing this part here. But they trick him and the Padre escapes.
Oh, the metal guy just kind of offers himself up.
That's right.
And then he gets thrown off the top of the building.
But he also does the kind of like he's kind of preying on the devil's pride in that he's like laughing in his face, basically.
Yeah, no,
Right.
he is. He's like not upset about this at all.
Yeah, he's just like, haha, you fucking bitch, whatever. And then the Padre escapes. He launches his ass off the building, launches Jose off the building. As
a metalhead, I actually don't like labels in that form, but like as someone who loves metal music, I'd be like, in his position, that's the best thing you do. That's the best way to go out, right?
Get launched off a building by the devil.
Fuck yeah.
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 Yeah, that's a pretty good one. It's
guess
not that many more.
You're like, I'm going to see you on the other side, you know? Because you're going to see him, see them.
See, it sounds more like if you're in.
That's how long it takes.
Yeah,
10 minutes.
It sounds more like the way you want to go if you're in the band Demon Hunter, because then you went out fighting the devil.
Yeah, like you were wearing like a duster jacket and holding a crossbow.
You guys remember Christian metal?
Oh yeah, they were always fighting the devil.
Demon Hunter.
Yeah, they
deep cut.
Deep cut Christian metal. Jars of Clay. You guys know Jars of Clay?
Oh,
anyway, but he comes down and the, Jose's Dunzo. But the mob guys, they walk out. A lot of things happen in about 5 seconds here.
Yes.
The mob guy, not mob guys. They look like mob guys. They're all dressed up. They got but they're the fascist guys.
Right.
They're torching Professor Kevin, like literally just burning him alive. So the priest comes out just as they torch him. And you saw earlier they were dumping gas on him, and they were singing a little Christmas song while kicking him.
Like
it was very silly.
Him. Yeah, no, for sure.
It was. And then
this is what Christmas is all about. You just this is how I feel. This is why I don't like Christmas.
Yeah.
I feel like people are doing this scene is what I feel like people are doing to me all the time.
They're constantly burning you alive.
Fucking hate
so
this
lame.
Help! Sad Christmas.
So then he shoots them both. Again, fucking. There's so many scenes in this movie remind me of Death Wish. He shoots him with a handgun, one shot kills from a distance, then runs up, puts out Kevin, and then turns around, shoots the main bad guy who is transformed back into the, his human form, apparently, shoots him. So apparently the devil just one shot kill. And then he sees that he had accidentally shot. At first, I was like, I didn't get it at first.
No, I think you're misreading this.
Okay, what did I miss?
I'll stop you right before that. No,
okay, I might have missed it.
No, the Olympia Madrid gang. So the trio of wise men, they get led to this building that is a mockery of the Christian church and however that is. Yeah,
because it's shaped like some Christian symbol upside down or some shit. Yeah.
So what they find is a homeless family that they have had a baby and they're sleeping under cardboard. So it's like it's like a real bastardization of the manger scene and everything.
Yeah.
Olympia Madrid comes in and they shoot the family. Mm-hmm. I think you're about to get confused and say that he shot the family and he didn't.
I thought he did. Okay.
No.
So why did the devil kill the Antichrist?
That's part of the. Are they really seeing what they think they're seeing?
Well, that's why I was thinking. Like, did I miss? Do they show the fascist shooting the family?
They do. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That was
that's how they get chased up to the top of the building.
Yeah, that was a key part. How they got on the building, that must have been me reading a text or something. Because the problem is, we didn't mention, this movie's in Spanish, so you got to read the subtitles. And there's a very distinct point. Distinct chance I looked away because the dog was eating a sock or something at this point. But
yeah, I think it's a really quick shot in which the Olympia Madrid guys, they're firing their guns at the I guess heroes, we'll call them, and then I think you see the squibs go off on the cardboard behind them.
Okay, yeah, but if he was that doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah,
because if he was the devil. The leader of the fascists was the devil. Why would he have killed the Antichrist? And why would the Antichrist be like a poor homeless child?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it makes sense that the Antichrist is like a poor homeless child because, again, everything is meant to be, a bastardization of
but that's what the divine family was like, poor and downtrodden, and the meek inherit the earth and all that stuff. So you would think in every other interpretation of the Antichrist being born, they're being born into like wealthy, powerful, political, something
he
like
should have
that.
been born in the penthouse of this building or whatever.
That's why Bruce Wayne, I always think, is the Antichrist. Like he is the type of kid who would have been the Antichrist.
Yeah.
But I think like we've also seen things in like situations where it's like someone you would least suspect. Which is
true.
Also
that's true.
Makes it very easy to like slip in.
Or yes, under the radar kind of thing. So yeah, I mean that makes sense. But
one more.
Why
note.
did they shoot him? That's why I don't know.
One more note from the IMDb trivia that I read is, and this might help you out a little bit, Brian, is that apparently the original plan was that the Padre was going to shoot the Antichrist baby.
Yeah,
but
it's probably good.
But that's such a dark thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
for a priest to shoot a baby.
Yeah, that's that's so hard to pull off. Is funny
either because of cardboard. So I think in general that time, I mean, even now we still won't see a child being completely brutalized. I mean, it's very rare.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a kid killed in last week's film. But like, a priest shooting a baby is very rare to come by in film.
That's a real unicorn.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward, you see that, Professor Kevin has somebody else has taken over his show, and he is they're basically saying that he like disappeared, whatever, and then they show him and the Padre, presumably, kind of homeless drifters or whatever. They're just, hanging out on a bench in the park. His face is all burned up from, of course, them trying to burn him. And they're just hanging out on the bench, and he's kind of talking about how like it's so lame that we can't even tell people that we saved the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, so this begs the question that we've kind of been beating around the bush here is, were they hallucinating that whole thing because they ate all that acid?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So did none of this actually happen? They never saw the devil. They never, very little of this actually happened, but obviously some of it happened because Kevin's all burned up. You got old dang old Scarface.
Yeah. They definitely got in a fight with Olympia Madrid.
Yeah.
And Olympia Madrid was a real thing that was like going around burning homeless people. You see it multiple times, and like, there's a lot of practical burn effects, which is kind of cool. So,
and I think if we are to potentially believe that they imagined a lot of that, then we also have to accept the fact that they continue to believe that, and their brain was somehow permanently modified by that much acid in a way that makes them think that it's still that it was real. 9 months later or something like that.
Right.
I mean, one of the things about the hallucination where the Padre sees the actual devil towards the end is that he sees the devil holding a baseball bat. Which is silly.
I mean, the guy was holding the baseball bat, but
I feel like once I saw the devil like standing up, I was like, this is just silly now too.
Yeah. But also, I mean, I guess, that you could say like, okay, what happened to Jose? Well, he just fucking jumped off the roof because he'd been trying to jump off the roof.
He's also on acid.
Yeah, he's also on acid being an ass. Also.
Yeah. So anyway,
somewhere
eating ass eating season. That's what they say. That's what the kids are saying.
It's not cuffing season; it's ass eating season, guys. You know that, right?
They go hand in hand.
Yeah,
or tongue and butt.
Touche.
Anyway, that's the movie. That's the movie, guys.
Like, shut it down.
There is one more interesting bit though, and it's when they are in the park, the fountain that they're walking by at the end is a statue to the fallen angel, and it's like one of the only public works of like that is a tribute to the devil,
representation of Satan. Yeah. And he's even got the serpent wrapped around him, and
it is 666 meters above sea level.
Oh, that sounds made
metal.
up.
No, it's true.
No.
But that's 2,500 feet, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not American units.
It's not.
excuse
Yeah,
me.
and the
Shit.
devil's and God's American and the devil's American.
Yeah, the devil
Yeah.
would never use fucking the
metric
devil,
system.
Yeah, devil wouldn't use metrics.
The devil ain't a pussy.
Yeah, devil does things in imperial.
Devil ain't a socialist. Devil rides a Harley. I don't know why I just turned into like a redneck devil worshiper.
Hell yeah.
It's a whole different character I've been working on. Anyway, guys, that's the movie. Here's what you should do. Go watch it on Tubi. It is a fucking blast. Also,
Tuba loops.
DM Tubi and tell them to sponsor us. I mean, it's high time.
Have you DM'd them once?
No, I would never dare. I keep my gaze averted
What is
when
the
I'm
body
dealing
of
with
Tubi like? You know, what does that taste like?
Ooh, it's like a Cheeto, maybe.
I was gonna say
It seems
it's
something
definitely dusted with Dorito dust. There's definitely Dorito dust.
like the colors that they use, I feel like it's a fruit by the foot or gusher situation.
Ooh, it's a gusher, but on the inside, it's just spicy salsa.
Semen.
May-
That's what I call my semen. Spicy salsa.
Spicy.
Daddy's spicy salsa.
Oh, here comes the spicy salsa.
Oh, I'm gonna make it a salsa.
Oh, here come the gusher.
Oh, I never want to have sex again. So
Says
guys,
every listener we have.
says every single person listening to
Yeah,
this.
no one wants to listen to us anymore.
All right, listeners, here's the new spicy salsa challenge. Record yourself saying, I'm going to make the spicy salsa right before you come, and then we'll send you stickers.
We'll send you one sticker.
A sticker. Don't get greedy.
A sticker. Don't be greedy. Oh shit! All right, guys, go check it out. It really is a fun movie. It's absolutely fun. And also, guys, get ready if you want to help. Follow along with us and really get your 2 cents in the mix in terms of those cosmic horror movies. Follow us over on the social medias and follow us and comment and talk to us over there. We're always on there doing some sort of shit. And then, watch the movies that we talked about at the top of the show. We talked about, once again, I'll remind you, we're going to do Event Horizon. We're going to do, damn it, Steve, I keep wanting to say In the Mouth of Madness because that's what I decided you were going to pick. What are you picking again?
Nope, doing Possession, the other Sam Neill
Possession, the other Sam Neill movie. And then I'm going to do Reanimator. So go ahead and check them some bitchin' movies out if you haven't already. You may have watched all 3 of them already. Who knows? It's gonna be a lot of fun. Anything else that I am forgetting?
Apparently, Possession for the first time is coming to Shudder in January. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What hell yeah? Another good example. Another good reason to get Shudder.
So I still have
There's a
to
lot of
rent
good
it
flickies on
and pay
there.
for it until then.
maybe.
I think I have it on VHS.
I
You don't
can
have a
borrow a
VCR.
VHS. I have a VHS player.
Do you? Okay, I'll check.
Yeah.
I think I might have it on VHS.
Yeah.
All right, guys. For the Halloween is Forever crew, I am Brian.
What up, I'm Meg?
Yo soy Esteban.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Ciao.